I'm so excited to share with you 100 essential English vocabulary words that will absolutely transform your speaking and understanding of the language. These aren't the basic words you already know, like colors or simple verbs. These are the words that native speakers use every single day, the words that will make you sound more natural and confident when you speak English. I've been teaching English for years, and I've noticed that students who master these particular words always sound more fluent and native-like. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive into these amazing vocabulary words together. Let's start with our first word, actually. This word is everywhere in English conversation. We use actually when we want to correct something or add surprising information. For example, I thought the movie would be boring, but it was actually really good. Native speakers also use it to soften disagreements. Actually, I think we should leave earlier. It's much more polite than just saying, no, you're wrong. Next is definitely. This word shows you're absolutely sure about something. Instead of just saying yes, try saying definitely. It sounds much more confident. Are you coming to the party? Definitely. Or this restaurant is definitely worth trying. Native speakers love this word because it adds emphasis and certainty. Our third word is probably. This is perfect for talking about things that might happen. It will probably rain tomorrow, or she's probably stuck in traffic. It's more natural than saying maybe all the time, and it shows you're making an educated guess based on evidence. Let's talk about suddenly. This word makes your stories so much more dramatic and interesting. I was walking home when suddenly I heard a loud noise. Everything was quiet, then suddenly the phone rang. Native speakers use this word to show that something happened quickly and unexpectedly. Obviously is another fantastic word that native speakers use constantly. It means something is clear or easy to understand. Obviously, we need to bring umbrellas if it's raining. But be careful. Sometimes people use obviously when they're a little annoyed. Obviously, I already tried calling him. Now let's explore particularly. This word is perfect for being more specific. Instead of saying, I like food, you can say, I particularly enjoy Italian food. It means especially or in particular. The concert was good, but the guitar solo was particularly amazing. Eventually is a wonderful word for talking about things that happen after some time. I couldn't find my keys anywhere, but eventually I found them in my coat pocket. It's different from finally because it doesn't show frustration, just that something happened after waiting. Apparently is super useful when you're sharing information you heard from someone else. Apparently, they're opening a new coffee shop next month. It shows you're not completely sure because you didn't see it yourself, but someone told you about it. Let's discuss recently. This is much better than always saying a few days ago. I recently started learning guitar, or have you seen any good movies recently? Native speakers use this word all the time to talk about the near past without being too specific about when exactly. Unfortunately, helps you share bad news in a polite way. Unfortunately, the concert has been canceled. I'd love to help you move, but unfortunately, I'm working that day. It sounds much more sympathetic than just stating the bad news directly. Absolutely is an amazing word for strong agreement. When someone asks, do you think we should go to that new restaurant? You can answer absolutely. It's much stronger than just yes. You can also use it for emphasis. The view from the mountain was absolutely breathtaking. Basically, is perfect for summarizing or simplifying complex information. The movie is basically about a girl who discovers she has magical powers. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we need more time. Native speakers use this word when they want to get to the main point quickly. Seriously has multiple uses in English. It can show you're not joking. Seriously, this is the best pizza I've ever had. It can also show surprise. Seriously, you won the lottery. Or it can show you're a bit annoyed. Seriously, can you please turn down the music? Let's explore immediately. This word means right now or without delay. Please call me immediately when you get this message. I knew immediately that something was wrong. It's stronger and more formal than saying right away. Currently is perfect for talking about what's happening now. I'm currently working at a tech company. Currently, we're looking for a new apartment. It sounds more sophisticated than always using now. Constantly describes something that happens all the time, maybe too much. My neighbor's dog is constantly barking. She's constantly checking her phone. It often implies that the frequency is annoying or excessive. Frequently means often, but sounds more educated and formal. I frequently visit my grandmother on weekends. This type of problem occurs frequently in older cars. Native speakers often choose this word in professional or academic contexts. Let's talk about incredibly. This word makes your descriptions much more powerful. The sunset was incredibly beautiful. She's incredibly talented at singing. It's like saying very, but with much more impact and emotion. Extremely is another intensifier that native speakers love. The weather is extremely hot today. I'm extremely grateful for your help. It shows the highest degree of something and adds drama to your speech. Particularly deserves another mention because it's so useful. I'm not particularly fond of horror movies. The food was good, particularly the dessert. It's a sophisticated way to emphasize one specific thing among many. Generally helps you talk about what usually happens. Generally, I prefer tea over coffee. The weather here is generally quite mild. It's perfect for making broad statements while leaving room for exceptions. Specifically is excellent for being precise. I need help with my homework, specifically the math problems. We're looking for someone with experience, specifically in marketing. It shows you want to be exact about something. Relatively is great for making comparisons. The exam was relatively easy compared to last month's. Housing is relatively affordable in this city. It means compared to other things or to some degree. Let's explore essentially. This word means basically or in the most important way. The two plans are essentially the same. Essentially, we need to make a decision by Friday. It helps you focus on the core meaning or the most important aspect. Literally is used everywhere by native speakers, though sometimes incorrectly. It means exactly or actually. I literally ran 5 miles this morning. Be careful not to use it for exaggeration like, I literally died laughing, because you didn't actually die. Particularly shows up again because it's just that important. I particularly enjoyed the chocolate cake. The movie was good, but the ending was particularly disappointing. Master this word and you'll sound much more natural. Significantly is perfect for talking about important changes or differences. My English has improved significantly since I started practicing daily. The new policy will significantly affect our work schedule. It's more impactful than just saying a lot. Consequently, helps you explain results or effects. It rained heavily, consequently the picnic was canceled. She didn't study, consequently she failed the exam. It's a sophisticated way to show cause and effect relationships. Let's discuss furthermore. This word is excellent for adding more information to support your point. The restaurant has great food. Furthermore, the service is excellent. I don't want to go to the party. Furthermore, I have too much work to do. It's like saying also, but more formal. Nevertheless is a beautiful word that means despite what I just said. The movie got bad reviews. Nevertheless, I enjoyed it. It was raining hard. Nevertheless, we decided to go hiking. It shows contrast in an elegant way. Therefore, helps you draw conclusions. All the evidence points to his innocence. Therefore, he should be released. The roads are icy, therefore, we should drive carefully. It's a logical connector that native speakers use frequently. However, is crucial for showing contrast or contradiction. I love pizza. However, I'm trying to eat healthier. The job pays well, however, the hours are terrible. It's more sophisticated than using, but all the time. Moreover, adds extra information that strengthens your point. The hotel is expensive. Moreover, it's in a bad location. She's an excellent student. Moreover, she's a natural leader. It's like furthermore, but even stronger. Otherwise shows what will happen if something doesn't occur. Hurry up, otherwise we'll be late. Study hard, otherwise you won't pass the exam. Native speakers use this word constantly to explain consequences. Let's explore meanwhile. This word shows that two things are happening at the same time. I was cooking dinner. Meanwhile, my husband was helping the kids with homework. The meeting continued upstairs. Meanwhile, we waited in the lobby. Indeed is a wonderful way to emphasize agreement or add confirmation. The weather is beautiful today. Indeed it is. Or the project was challenging. Indeed, it was the most difficult thing I've ever done. It sounds very educated and thoughtful. Certainly shows you're confident about something. Will you be attending the meeting? Certainly. Or this is certainly the best restaurant in town. It's more formal than definitely, but equally confident. Undoubtedly means you have no doubt about something. She is undoubtedly the best candidate for the job. This will undoubtedly be a challenging year. It's a strong word that shows complete certainty. Frankly, introduces honest, direct statements. Frankly, I don't think this plan will work. Frankly speaking, I'm disappointed with the results. Native speakers use this when they want to be completely honest, even if it might be uncomfortable. Honestly is similar but more casual. Honestly, I don't know what to do. Honestly, that was the worst movie I've ever seen. It often introduces personal opinions or admissions. Let's talk about fortunately. This word introduces good news or lucky circumstances. I forgot my umbrella, but fortunately it didn't rain. The traffic was terrible, but fortunately we still arrived on time. It's the positive opposite of unfortunately. Surprisingly shows that something was unexpected. Surprisingly, the difficult exam was actually quite easy. The restaurant was surprisingly busy for a Tuesday night. Native speakers love this word for expressing unexpected outcomes. Interestingly, introduces fascinating or noteworthy information. Interestingly, this building is over 200 years old. Interestingly enough, we both chose the same answer without discussing it. It makes your conversation more engaging. Typically describes what usually happens. I typically wake up at 7 a.m. Typically, this restaurant is much busier. It's like usually, but sounds more professional and educated. Occasionally means sometimes, but not regularly. I occasionally treat myself to expensive coffee. Occasionally, we go out for dinner instead of cooking. It suggests something happens from time to time. Frequently appears again because it's so important. I frequently forget where I put my keys. This type of weather occurs frequently in spring. It's a sophisticated alternative to often. Let's explore consistently. This word shows that something happens the same way every time. She consistently delivers high-quality work. The team has consistently performed well this season. It emphasizes reliability and regularity. Effectively means in a way that works well. She effectively managed the crisis. This medicine effectively treats headaches. Native speakers use this word to show that something accomplishes its purpose successfully. Efficiently focuses on doing something well without wasting time or energy. He efficiently completed all his tasks before noon. The new system processes orders more efficiently. It's about being smart and quick. Properly means doing something the right way or correctly. Make sure you properly lock the door before leaving. The machine won't work if it's not properly connected. Native speakers use this word to emphasize correct procedures. Carefully shows attention and caution. Please read the instructions carefully. She carefully considered all her options before deciding. It suggests taking time and being thorough to avoid mistakes. Obviously returns because it's everywhere in native speech. Obviously, we can't have a picnic in the rain. Sometimes it shows something is clear. Other times it shows mild irritation when stating something that should be apparent. Clearly shows that something is easy to see or understand. Clearly, this approach isn't working. She clearly explained the complicated process. It's like obviously, but more neutral and less potentially irritating. Apparently comes back because native speakers use it constantly when sharing second-hand information. Apparently, they're getting married next month. Apparently, the boss is not happy with our progress. It shows you heard something, but aren't completely certain. Let's discuss presumably. This word shows you're making a reasonable assumption. She's not answering her phone, presumably because she's in a meeting. Presumably, the store will be closed on Sunday. It's more sophisticated than probably. Supposedly introduces information that might not be true. Supposedly, this restaurant has the best burgers in town. He's supposedly an expert, but I'm not convinced. It suggests skepticism about the information. Admittedly, introduces something you acknowledge, even if you don't want to. Admittedly, I made a mistake. The plan is expensive, admittedly, but it's worth it. Native speakers use this when conceding a point. Personally, introduces your own opinion. Personally, I prefer the blue one. Personally, I think we should wait. It emphasizes that this is your individual viewpoint, not a universal truth. Initially describes what happened at the beginning. Initially, I didn't like the city, but it grew on me. The project was initially successful, but then we encountered problems. It sets up a contrast with what happened later. Subsequently means after that or later. We had dinner and subsequently went to a movie. He graduated in 2020 and subsequently found a job in marketing. It's more formal than then or after. Previously refers to something that happened before. I previously worked at a bank before becoming a teacher. Previously, this building was a factory. It's perfect for providing background information. Ultimately, introduces the final result or most important point. We tried many solutions, but ultimately decided to start over. Ultimately, the decision is yours. It shows you're getting to the bottom line. Primarily means mainly or mostly. I exercise primarily to stay healthy. The store sells primarily organic foods. It shows the main reason or the biggest part of something. Mainly is similar to primarily but more casual. I mainly eat vegetables and fish. The problems are mainly due to poor communication. Native speakers use both words, but mainly is more common in conversation. Largely means to a great extent or mostly. The success was largely due to teamwork. The delay was largely caused by bad weather. It's slightly more formal than mainly. Mostly is the most casual of these similar words. I mostly work from home. The students are mostly satisfied with the course. It's the one you'll hear most often in everyday conversation. Let's explore entirely. This word means completely or wholly. I entirely agree with your opinion. The building was entirely destroyed in the fire. It emphasizes that something is 100% true or complete. Completely is perhaps more common than entirely. I completely forgot about the meeting. The movie was completely different from what I expected. Native speakers use this word constantly for emphasis. Totally is more casual and often used by younger speakers. I totally understand your frustration. That movie was totally awesome. It's very common in informal conversations, especially among friends. Absolutely returns again because it's so versatile. Are you sure? Absolutely. Or the performance was absolutely incredible. It can show agreement, certainty, or be used for emphasis. Precisely means exactly and often shows agreement. The meeting starts at 3 p.m. Precisely, or that's precisely what I was thinking. It's more formal than exactly, but has the same meaning. Exactly is probably the most common way to show complete agreement. We should leave early to avoid traffic. Exactly, or that's exactly what happened. Native speakers use this word multiple times every day. Specifically, returns because it's crucial for being clear. I need help with cooking, specifically baking bread. We're hiring someone, specifically for the marketing department. It shows you want to be very precise about something. Generally speaking is a phrase that introduces broad statements. Generally speaking, people are becoming more environmentally conscious. Generally speaking, this is a safe neighborhood. It allows you to make generalizations while acknowledging exceptions. Let's talk about relatively speaking. This phrase helps make comparisons. The exam was difficult, but relatively speaking, it was easier than last semester's. Relatively speaking, this city is quite affordable. It shows you're comparing to other similar things. Strictly speaking, introduces very precise or technical information. Strictly speaking, tomatoes are fruits, not vegetables. Strictly speaking, we're not supposed to eat in the library. It often introduces rules or technical definitions. Roughly speaking gives approximate information. Roughly speaking, the project will take 3 months. Roughly speaking, about 50 people attended the event. It shows you're giving an estimate, not exact numbers. Frankly speaking is similar to just frankly, but more formal. Frankly speaking, I don't think this relationship is working. Frankly speaking, the presentation could have been better. It introduces honest, direct opinions. Honestly speaking is the more formal version of honestly. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this responsibility. Honestly speaking, the food wasn't very good. It introduces genuine, personal admissions. Incidentally, introduces additional information that's related but not the main point. I'm going to the store. Incidentally, do you need anything? The hotel was expensive. Incidentally, the service wasn't great either. It's like saying, by the way. Coincidentally describes when two related things happen by chance. I was thinking about calling you, and coincidentally, you called me. Coincidentally, we both wore the same shirt to work today. It shows surprising connections. Consequently returns because it's essential for showing results. The roads were icy, consequently, many accidents occurred. She studied hard, consequently, she passed the exam easily. It's a sophisticated way to show cause and effect. Accordingly, shows that an action follows logically from something else. The weather forecast predicted rain, so we packed umbrellas accordingly. The budget was tight, so we planned accordingly. It means in response to this information. Naturally can mean of course or describe something that happens without forcing. She's been studying French for years, so naturally she speaks it well. Naturally, we were disappointed by the news. It suggests something is expected or normal. Logically introduces conclusions based on reasoning. If it's raining, then logically we should take umbrellas. Logically, the fastest route would be through downtown. It shows you're using rational thinking. Theoretically introduces ideas that make sense in theory but might not work in practice. Theoretically, this plan should work perfectly. Theoretically, anyone can learn to play piano. It suggests something is possible but not guaranteed. Practically can mean almost or in a practical way. The theater was practically empty. Practically speaking, we don't have enough time to finish. It often contrasts with theoretical ideas. Realistically introduces what's actually possible or likely. Realistically, we won't finish this project by Friday. Realistically, how much can we accomplish in one day? It brings conversations down to earth. Ideally describes the perfect situation. Ideally, we would have more time to prepare. Ideally, everyone would arrive on time. It shows what you hope for, even if it's not likely to happen. Potentially shows that something could happen. This investment could potentially make us rich. The new policy could potentially solve our problems. It suggests possibility without certainty. Essentially, returns because it's so useful for getting to the main point. The movie is essentially a love story. Essentially, we need to decide by tomorrow. It helps you focus on the most important aspect. Basically, comes back as our final word because it perfectly summarizes what we've been doing. Basically, these 100 words will transform your English. Basically, if you master these vocabulary words, you'll sound much more like a native speaker. These 100 vocabulary words represent the backbone of natural, fluent English conversation. Each word serves a specific purpose and adds sophistication, precision, and authenticity to your speech. Notice how native speakers don't just use simple words like good, bad, or very. Instead, they choose more specific and expressive words like incredibly, unfortunately, or particularly. The beautiful thing about these words is that they're not just fancy vocabulary to impress people. They're practical, everyday words that native speakers actually use in real conversations. When you start incorporating these words into your daily English practice, you'll notice an immediate improvement in how natural and confident you sound. Remember, learning vocabulary isn't just about memorizing definitions. It's about understanding how native speakers actually use these words in context, what emotions they convey, and when it's appropriate to use them. Some words like totally are very casual, while others like undoubtedly are more formal. Understanding these subtle differences will help you choose the right word for every situation. I encourage you to practice using these words in your own sentences. Don't try to memorize all 100 at once. Instead, choose 5 or 10 words that interest you most and focus on using them naturally in conversations this week. Once those feel comfortable, add a few more to your active vocabulary. The journey to fluent English is built one word at a time, one conversation at a time, and one day at a time. These vocabulary words are your tools for expressing yourself more clearly, more precisely, and more naturally. Keep practicing, stay curious about language, and most importantly, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every native speaker started exactly where you are now, learning one word at a time. Thank you so much for joining me on this vocabulary adventure. I hope these 100 essential English words will serve you well in all your future conversations and help you feel more confident and natural when speaking English. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in your ability to master this beautiful language.